So let's get this date correct. It was Friday, March 28th, when the Memphis Grizzlies shocked a bunch of people, and by a bunch of people, meaning everybody, by firing Taylor Jenkins, their longtime coach, with 9 games to go in the regular season, with the Memphis Grizzlies being right there in the midst of a playoff stretch a playoff run here, where the seeding is everything. And everyone's wondering, how in the world do you fire a coach with 9 games to go? What do you do? Well, the Denver Broncos have apparently, Denver Nuggets have apparently told everybody to hold their beer.
Here it comes.
Unbelievable.
Oh, and my
eyes see the report is that the Nuggets have blown out their coach and general manager. Shams saying Michael Malone's out.
This is unbelievable.
He's the winningest coach in the history of the Denver Nuggets, and the general manager Calvin Booth has been told, you too. And as you know, there's 4 games left in the regular season.
And they're on a 4-game losing streak right now.
And we just had Jay Billis on in hour 1. He's flying to Sacramento
that's right.
to cover the first game of the post-Michael Malone era. And by the way, they're just 2 seasons removed from winning it all. What is happening?
What the hell's going on?
The NBA is becoming the NHL with more and more each passing day. What? And this is, as you know, the Kroenke family and organization, they don't do things rashly. I mean, they don't churn through people, but how does Michael Malone get the gate with 4 games to go in the regular season is it so bad? Is it so crazy? Is things just so insane? Is stuff so untenable that you're going to make this sort of discord happen? You look at the standings, they're right in, they're 4, and they're a half game in front of not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 teams with the same record and the same number of losses as them. They're 47 and 32. And if they lose a significant number of their final 4 games, they can go from hosting a first-round series
to playing.
And not just playing in, but, being on the road to play in. I don't get it.
I don't.
And by the way, the team that's in the 8th spot right now are the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Who have won 2 in a row after losing 3 straight after bouncing Jenkins.
By the way, they have the best player in the world, and Jamal Murray's coming back. And we've seen what this team is capable of in the postseason.
How do you decide if new voice is needed? And then you blow out your GM. Well, the GM, too, is just... that's
it's
not
collateral damage.
Well, that's just, you're also blowing out your GM
right before
2 months before the draft.
Right.
So you need new ideas on that front, I guess, but I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know why teams are now bouncing their coaches who have shown nothing but consistency and wins for 2 franchises in the final weeks of the season.
Yeah, David Adelman's taken over. David Adelman. Okay. He's been an assistant since 2017.
That's son of Rick, correct?
Son of Rick, yeah.
Well, congrats to him. I mean,
wow.
Oh, here's Jokic, and here's a team 2 years removed from winning it all. Go and win it. And I guess what? It's going a Steve Fisher-like run.
I mean, speaking of the Kroenkes, this is the equivalent of the Rams firing Sean McVay and Les Snead in Week 16 last year, right before the playoffs.
Well, I guess.
And they're the 4th seed, and they had just won a Super Bowl years earlier.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. Obviously, it makes sense to, ownership, the governor. It makes sense to them, where they had to make this rash move for the Denver Nuggets. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Josh Kroenke just put out a statement. While the timing of this decision is unfortunate, and then he thanks Coach Malone for everything. It is a necessary step to allow us to compete at the highest level right now. Championship level standards and expectations remain in place for the current season.
So you remove your championship winning coach, right?
After 10 years in Denver.
After 10 years, in order to a necessary step to compete at the highest level right now. So that's something.
That means something's going on. There's an iceberg, as you know. We say this all the time. There's an iceberg. We only see the tip. There is something going on there.
Well, I think there's one thing we can be sure of. Unlike a lot of teams, Chris, I'm sure it wasn't Joker who was complaining.
No, Kevin O'Connor covers the NBA for Yahoo now. He said Booth and Malone never liked each other, rarely spoke, and talked behind each other's backs. With the team struggling on the court, Nuggets ownership decided to fire both.
See, I mean...
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some dysfunction happening, and they just decided to slice it out.
Clean house. See you later.
So both of you are gone. Let's start fresh voices.
You're both going to your rooms.
I mean, or going home.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just, I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, to just...
At this time of the year, like, you couldn't have just let it play out. Was it that bad that you had to do it now?
Well, if they're talking about each other behind each other's backs.
Well, Del Tufo and Brockman talk about each other behind their backs.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect.
We're still able to, get along.
Well, it doesn't affect it. It doesn't affect.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
Doesn't affect our consistency level.
Sure about that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. You hear them
We're at top level every day, me and Brockman.
Squabble up.
I've never seen anything like this before.
This is nuts.
It's like the NHL.
But did the NHL happens like a week before the playoffs?
Not so much.
With a champ 1 year removed?
That's crazy. With the best player on the planet.
With the best player on the planet.
Yeah, like I said, that doesn't.
Like, this is like what the Oilers just firing their guy right before the playoffs with McDavid?
I don't get it. Well, the NBA, man, it's kind of crazy. So we got that going. That's the backdrop to the final week of the regular season, in which you'd look again at the standings. The Nuggets and 4 teams are separated by 1/2 a game. Mm-hmm. That's it. Same number of losses. 6 teams have 32 losses. And the Lakers are sitting there 2 losses in front of them. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.